Welcome to English Made Easy. Learn through stories. In today's English lesson, we will start with an English story and then explain a few words and phrases from the story to help improve your vocabulary. Let's get started. Catmint and Carrot Top's Adventures. Chapter 1. The Garden Gathering. One sunny morning, Catmint the cat wakes up in her cozy bed under the big oak tree. She stretches her legs and yawns a big yawn. She is happy because today she can play in the garden. The garden is big and full of colors. There are red flowers, green trees, and a blue pond. It is beautiful. Catmint walks into the garden. She sees her friend, Carrot Top the rabbit. Carrot Top is busy. He is fixing his part of the garden. His part is very neat. Every flower and leaf is in the right place. Catmint says, "Hello, Carrot Top. It's a lovely day, isn't it?" Carrot Top looks up and smiles. "Hello, Catmint. Yes, it's very nice today. I'm just making sure everything is perfect in my garden." Catmint giggles. "Your garden is always perfect, Carrot Top." Carrot Top feels proud. He loves to keep his garden beautiful. He thinks it's important to have a tidy garden. Carrot Top asks, "What are you doing today, Catmint?" "I'm going to explore the garden. There are so many things to see." Catmint replies excitedly. Carrot Top nods. "That sounds fun. Be careful and have a good time." Chapter 2. The Unruly Vines. As Catmint walks through the garden, she sees something new. There are vines everywhere. The vines have big green leaves and they climb up every tree and wall. They look like green snakes dancing in the air. Catmint is curious. She says to herself, "Oh, look at these vines. They are so long and wild. I wonder where they come from." She decides to follow the vines. As she walks, the vines get thicker. They start to cover the paths and hang over the flowers. Some of the paths are hard to see now. Soon, Catmint hears a voice. It is Carrot Top. He sounds a bit worried. Catmint runs to find him. Carrot Top is standing near his neat garden, but now vines are growing into it. Carrot Top is trying to pull the vines away from his flowers. "Carrot Top, what happened here?" Catmint asks. Carrot Top looks at Catmint and says, "These vines are everywhere. They are making a big mess in my garden." Catmint looks around. She sees that the vines are not just in the wild parts of the garden. They are in the neat parts, too. Catmint wants to help. "Let's think about what to do. We can find a way to fix this," she says. Carrot Top nods. "Yes, we need to do something. I want my garden to be neat again." Catmint and Carrot Top decide to look for help. They want to stop the vines from taking over the garden. Chapter 3. The Tangle Trouble. Catmint and Carrot Top walk around the garden. They look for someone to help them with the vines. The garden is very big. There are many places to look. They go to the pond first. There, they see Daisy the duck. Daisy is swimming in the pond. The water is clear and blue. "Hello, Daisy," calls Catmint. "Can you help us? There are too many vines in the garden." Daisy looks at the vines near the pond. She says, "Oh, I see them. They are near the water, too. But I can't help it. I must stay in the pond." Next, they go to the big apple tree. Under the tree, there is Ben the bee. Ben is busy flying around the flowers. "Hello, Ben," shouts Carrot Top. "The garden is full of wild vines. Can you help us?" Ben stops and looks at the vines. He buzzes loudly. "I am too small to move these big vines. I can't help. Sorry." Carrot Top and Catmint say, "Thank you, Ben." And they keep looking. They walk more and see Molly the mole. Molly is digging in the ground. "Molly, can you help us with these vines?" asks Catmint. Molly looks up. She says, "I dig in the ground. I don't cut vines. I can't help you." Catmint and Carrot Top thank Molly. They are worried now. They have asked many friends, but no one can help. They sit under a tree. Carrot Top says, "What do we do now? The vines are still growing." Catmint thinks. She says, "Let's keep looking. There must be someone who can help." They stand up and start walking again. They want to find a way to fix the garden. Chapter 4. seeking solutions. Catmint and Carrot Top keep walking through the garden. They still hope to find help for the vine problem. As they walk, they see Harry the Hedgehog. Harry is looking at the vines too. He seems to be thinking. "Hello, Harry," Catmint calls out. "We are trying to fix the vine problem. Can you help us?" Harry looks at them and nods. "Hello, Catmint and Carrot Top. These vines are a big problem, but I have an idea." Carrot Top and Catmint come closer. Harry says, "I think we need to cut the vines, but we must be careful. We can cut them a little bit so they do not grow too much." Carrot Top asks, "Will that work? Will the vines stop growing everywhere?" Harry answers, "Yes, if we cut them the right way, they will grow slower. We can control where they go." Catmint says, "That sounds like a good plan, but we need something to cut the vines. What can we use?" Harry thinks for a moment. "We can use garden shears. They are strong and sharp." Carrot Top says, "I have garden shears in my shed. Let's go get them." They all go to Carrot Top's shed. It is small and full of tools. Carrot Top finds the garden shears. Harry shows them how to use the shears safely. "Be careful with these," he says. "They are very sharp." Catmint and Carrot Top listen carefully. They want to do a good job. "Now," says Harry, "let's go and cut those wild vines." They all feel hopeful. With the right tools and Harry's plan, they think they can fix the garden. Chapter 5. The Transformation. "Let's start here," says Harry, pointing to a part of the garden where the vines are very thick. "We can clear this path first." Carrot Top holds the shears. He is careful. He cuts the vines slowly. Snip, snip, snip. The vines fall to the ground. Catmint helps to move the vines away. She is happy to see the path getting clear. "Look, we can see the path again," she says. Harry watches and gives advice. "Good job. Keep going. Just cut the long parts. Leave the short ones. They look nice." They work together for a long time. They move around the garden, cutting and clearing. Buzz, snip, buzz, snip. After a while, they look around. The garden looks different. The paths are clear. The flowers are visible. The garden feels open and light. Carrot Top looks at his neat garden. He smiles. "It looks much better now." "Thank you, Harry." "Thank you, Catmint." Harry nods. "We did a good job." Catmint feels tired but happy. The garden is beautiful again. It's fun to work together. They all sit down under the big oak tree. Chapter 6. Blooming Friendships. Catmint smiles. "I had fun helping. It's great to see the garden looking so good." Harry nods. "It's important to help each other. We all live here. We all enjoy the garden." They talk about the day. They remember how the garden looked with all the wild vines. They laugh about how messy it was. Carrot Top says, "I learned something today. A little wild is not so bad. It makes the garden special." Catmint claps her paws. "Yes, and a little neat is good too. It keeps the garden pretty." Harry agrees. "A balance is best. Some wild, some neat. Just like us." They all smile and go home. They are happy to have such good friends and a beautiful garden to share. The end. The story is aligned with the A1 level of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, CEFR, which is the beginner level. Here are 5 words phrases from the story along with their meanings, examples from the story, and examples from real life. 1. Festive. Meaning, relating to a festival or celebration, showing a joyful and celebratory mood. Example in the story. First, they put up colorful flags. The flags look pretty in the sun. They hang them from trees and bushes. Catmint says, "These flags make the garden look so festive." Example in real life. During Christmas, many homes are decorated with lights and trees, making the neighborhood look festive. 2. Neat. Meaning, arranged in an orderly, tidy way. Example in the story. Carrot Top is busy. He is fixing his part of the garden. His part is very neat. Every flower and leaf is in the right place. Example in real life. After cleaning a room, everything is put away properly, and the space looks neat and tidy. 3. Tangled. Meaning, twisted together in a messy way, difficult to separate. Example in the story. Carrot Top is trying to pull the vines away from his flowers. The vines have grown tangled around everything. Example in real life. Often, headphone wires can get tangled up in your pocket, making them hard to untangle when you want to use them. 4. Curious. Meaning, eager to know or learn something. Example in the story. Catmint is curious. She says to herself, "Oh, look at these vines. They are so long and wild. I wonder where they come from." Example in real life. A child at a zoo, seeing a giraffe for the first time, may be curious and ask many questions about how tall it is or what it eats. 5. Proud. Meaning, feeling deep satisfaction as a result of one's own achievements, qualities, or possessions, or those of someone with whom one is closely associated. Example in the story. Carrot Top feels proud. He loves to keep his garden beautiful. He thinks it's important to have a tidy garden. Example in real life. After winning a school art competition, a student might feel proud of their artwork and the effort they put into creating it. Here are 3 things the reader can learn from the story. 1. The importance of teamwork. 2. Balancing order and creativity. 3. The value of seeking help. This story and voiceover have been provided by English Made Easy. Learn through stories. Copying or re-uploading is strictly prohibited.